In my humble opinion, all VR companies will go BK because, I think bankrupt, they elongate the human eye and cause nearsightedness. You staying away? From 1971 Capital. I haven't heard about the nearsightedness or the human eye. There will definitely be some medical conditions associated with this, just like there are medical conditions associated with keeping your phone up here all the time. Like, I don't mean to be like a tinfoil hat person, but there's no way radiation near your brain or your testicles is a good idea. There's no way. And in fact, like, I went to like a fertility doctor, we're doing the whole conception thing, my wife and I, and like the first thing they said to us was, don't keep your phone near your testicles. And I'm like, okay, really? Great. So, okay, next to your brain? Obviously not, right? So, with any new technology, you're going to have to think it through, right? I mean, being hunched over your computer, this is like the number one reason people are going to have problems. Typewriters, just typewriters, forget about computers, keyboards, typewriters, carpal tunnel syndrome. There are going to be trade-offs. I don't know the specific one, but I can tell you that being inside a virtual world is awesome. The technology is really, really advanced, and I didn't think it was as awesome as it is. It's really expensive, and it's when you take the glasses off, you have a really like crazy experience of like, whoa, this is the real world. I think there's going to be massive addiction, a massive addiction issue with these, for just like there's a massive addiction issue with video games and social media. There are all kinds of studies now that people addicted to social media are suffering from depression and feelings of self-worth. Tons of them online. And people with mental illness are very attracted to being in social media. So every time a new technology comes out, of course, it's interfacing with a human. There's going to be issues. So you don't need to be scared of it. You need to be aware. Driving in cars is dangerous. Flying drones is dangerous. I mean, people are so concerned about drones that people are shooting them out of the sky. Did you forget that shooting a gun in the air is dangerous? I mean, so I don't think anybody's died from a quadcopter, right? A lot of people have died from actual military drones. I don't think anybody's actually been killed by a quadcopter yet. It will happen, obviously, sadly. But we do know that people shooting bullets into the air has killed people. So the reaction to technology is usually really harsh. The reality is usually manageable. So I always look at these and I try to just think, relative to people dying from drunk driving and alcohol being legal, how safe is this, right? And it's the same thing with flying. Like, relative to commercial flight, driving a car is much more dangerous. Okay, so then flying in a quadcopter, when quadcopters start carrying humans, let's just benchmark it versus driving, versus walking down the street, versus, airplanes. You gotta, but it is possible. I mean, I could see it doing stuff to your eyes, just like being your computer screen does stuff to your eyes. If you could have eye trauma from that. It's a real honor for me to be in such a deep and meaningful partnership with the team at IBM. My first computer was an IBM PC Junior, and it took me 6 months to convince my dad to save up the money from his bar. And one night, he got home from the bar at 6 or 7 in the morning, and I was annoying him as a 12-year-old. I really want the PC Junior. It's $900. Please get me a PC Junior. And he said, fine. He was kind of half in the bag at the time. And we drove to downtown Manhattan to this computer store on Lower Broadway. I'll never forget it. It was a Saturday morning. He had been out all night Friday. And he had cash. And he walked in and he bought me the IBM PC Junior. And it was the greatest computer. It started me on my journey. And now, wow, it's like 30 years later, and I'm in a deep partnership with IBM. I can pinch myself. Like, it's really just super great to have the recognition of a world-class company like IBM who cares just as much as I do and my team does about supporting founders. So SmartCamp 2015, SmartCamp 2015, smartcamp2015.com. If you're a fan of the show and you appreciate all the work we do at Launch Festival, please go to your local SmartCamp 2015 and encourage entrepreneurs to go to it. And then, of course, you're all my guest, and you're the guest of IBM and Launch at Scale and at the Launch Festival. Couldn't do it without their support, and it's just such a great partnership, and it's just beginning. So thanks again to our friends at IBM, and we'll see you next time on a special Ask Jason episode.